This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perk, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast.
I like the Dick Grayson.
Hello and welcome back to another week. That's right, week of the Nightwing news. I am Phil. Joining me as always is...
I'm Kristen.
All right. This week we got a good one for you. The one we've been chomping at the bit to do this one. Batman Who Lonely Place of Dying. From Batman.
A real class.
Batman 440 to 442 and New Titans 60 and 61 from October through December 1989. I could have swore this was 99 for some reason, but it's still
With finishing out the 80s with a bang.
I know. For some reason I thought it was 90 or sometime, but that's not.
Well, wasn't it not in his solo series? Was that 91 or 92?
What? Tim?
His solo.
What?
Because I know we had those kind of like Robin miniseries.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think we had one in 90. It might have been 91 or 92, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe he didn't get... I bet it will tell me on...
Yes, and while you're looking that up,
Yes.
yeah, I know a lot of the comic book shops are shut down their supply chain. I thought we were still going to be getting digital comics, but now I don't know because I was emailing not too long ago with Marvel Comics writer Kelly Thompson because her Black Widow #1 was supposed to be coming out this week, and I asked,
It's not.
Well, I asked her. I said, "Is it coming out digitally this week?" And a writer working for Marvel, and she's like, "I don't know if they're coming out this week digitally." So yeah,
So that probably means no.
How about you? I don't know, but yeah. So a writer working for for the big two, did not know. So
Yeah. Well, probably if everybody's off, I guess.
I mean, the only reason they wouldn't do it is because I know people have been complaining they're going to hurt the comic shops because even the ones that are open can't.
Okay. Right. Okay. It says 1993 was when the ongoing. Okay. So there was 1, 2, and at least 2 in 91, and then maybe it doesn't say, but yeah. He got his ongoing in 19.
Yes.
All right. Actually, kind of. Tim's like the only one that they did in real time. Real time, he would have been 4 years older by the time he was Robin, so I shouldn't say that. But yeah, they showed his training instead of it being the convenient montage. It's amazing.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, did you want to read that letter from the letter column first, or is it work better?
Well, it's at the end of I love issue. It really doesn't have Dick in it. It's a Batman issue. A brutalizer, as you pointed out last. And have all these convenient snap words.
Yes. Someone's taking a picture of the Batman battling the Ravagers, a new masked foe.
Yeah. And then that same goes to New York without parents. They're never around. He's trying to find And yes, then that leads us to this article that in one of the other letter columns when I was reading this today, they mentioned, it says, Bat Dudes. I really like the way this for sure, of course, but from where I sit, it looks like by the end of this 4-part tale, the yellow cape at the big guy's side. I hope I'm right. Batman has been through a lot and taking on a new 15 now, which is a good age. He'll be more mature than Jason, less reckless and easier to on this, which could be pretty embarrassing. It says, this letter has been censored due to Chris of our next story. You know, some people are just too clever for their own good. But apparently not.
No.
Guess what? Timmy did not become the new. But any guesses as to who's going to become the new Robin by the end?
Who were they guessing?
What?
Who were they guessing?
Well, so you know how the letter.
Who is?
I know. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be the clown, or maybe the elephant.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, elephants look good in capes.
No. I'm surprised. I thought back in the day, so they were already guessing. They already read what the first part of year 3. I thought the letter columns are usually like 6 months behind. So no, that's not bad.
I think it's about 3 months behind because this is 440 and then 46. So yeah, about three issues behind. Before we really get into the meat of this, because like we said, there's not really that much in the first one. I found this so interesting since I have the originals. Look at how much brighter it is in Titans than it is in Batman.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a different color.
Yeah, it's wild, and the paper is thicker in Batman as well.
Oh yeah, I think they gave the Titans book like the special treatment because again, I mean, Titans was like might have been their best seller at that point, or well, I know
earlier in the 80s.
Yeah,
during the 80s, I know that at least around the time that Dick became Nightwing, a seller, because that's why they were able to leverage. Hey, and books are kind of holding us back. With Dick, and they said, okay, you can comment. I don't know when it was that when the Titan at some point because eventually it got canceled.
Yeah.
At this point, it must still be, although I think the tone of the Titans versus the tone of Batman, that the Titans should be in a little bit brighter colors than Batman, but it is really noticeable when I was reading these that I'm reading Batman one, and sometimes I'm like, because the print's not as crisp.
I mean, it is different paper, and the colorist is the same. See, that must be a choice because that first issue of Batman and the first issue of Titans, it's the same colorist, so. And like I said, I'm reading the trade, so it's like the same paper, but it's still a little brighter in the Titans, in that first issue of Titans.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is that it brighter for the Titans, but it could also be because, thicker paper that the Titans is on than Batman.
But it's Batman too. I think they do that on purpose too.
Right. Yeah. That's just. Very interesting.
But yeah, that whole Batman issue, it's just,
to get into. Yeah. The meat. So we've got the Titans going on, and Dick has been absent for a little because we were just reading the Batman issues last week, and that's where he is. Also, is this a new thing? I don't remember Roy always being Speedy is sleeveless.
No, not all. No, that might just be a newer at the time a newer costume. But yeah, he wasn't always sleeveless, I don't think.
So we're going to, all right, Dick's not at, where is he?
The circus.
The circus.
Yeah, because I mean the Titans are looking for him because at the end of the first Batman issue, the mysterious kid taking pictures goes to see Starfire, and she's like, "Oh, he's Dick's not here," so this mysterious person does their homework and figures out Dick went back to the circus.
Yep, because he went to Dick's apartment, and he took something out of Dick's scrapbook, which is yes. And Eleanor's back. You said last week, remember?
Yeah.
There she is, remembering him like always. She didn't forget. And there's his, just like last time, except a little down on it.
Which one?
The clown.
Yeah, Harry the Clown. Yeah.
Yeah, at the end, he was so sad to leave him. And this time, time hasn't been kind to Harry.
He has a drinking problem, yes.
Yep. So, Dick's back, trying to find. He grabs a bottle at him. Dick grabs it. Remember that. Find that kid again. Taking pictures. What's going to happen?
The circus. Yeah, he's looking for
trying
Dick. He's like, where's he at?
He figures it out.
Because Dick's.
That's him. It's got to be Dick.
What, the clown? Yeah.
Yup. True enough, kid. And then the accident. Then we've got. There we go. So I love it when they do things like. Where's the head?
Where it's what?
It always cracks me. It's cracks that where they do this floating head thing.
Oh yeah.
It's like no body to go with it, just the shocked head. What? Yeah. Finally meets Tim face to face. Flipping Dick. And he says, he used my momentum to flip me. So then Dick flips Tim and murdered the lion tamer. Ooh. And now we have a mystery.
Well, yeah.
Tim busts out. The liquor bottle from the trash.
Yeah, must
and
be
he
Harry
says,
the Clown.
Harry. And he's all like, Batman needs you. But then we see, he's like, stay put. We'll talk later. What do we find out? Samson and Pedro are responsible. Tim helps out, but then we get still just a baby. They says, wow, and I thought Harry did it. Man, the best.
Yeah, because they're framing Harry because Pedro works for another company who's trying to buy out Haley Circus.
Yep. And Tim's all like, "Oh no, Dick's gonna join the circus again." I'm just buying it. What's up, kid? He's like, "Batman needs you." And then it's revealed, which you should have already known, who was snapping.
Yep. That's pretty neat. Yeah, because that is like actual like panels from like the Batman issue. So
Then
yeah,
Tim
so
starts up pieces. Dick, don't you see? He needs Robin. He needs him to remember what he used to be. Dick's like, these pictures, Two-Face's back, isn't he? You can tell? Wow. And then this, I think, is kind of interesting. I'm not sure what came down between you. Here's your chance to pay him back for raising you all those years. Well, which is kind of weird. And he's the one that wrote Year 3, where Dick was just back in Gotham trying out. But whatever.
wait, so
It's kind of odd, in my opinion, that they don't really
well, I mean, I
it's like,
guess you
this
could
is
say
your chance.
I mean, you could always say Tim didn't know Dick was back in Gotham last.
Right,
last
yeah, no,
story.
that's true.
Yeah.
But I say we go on to Batman 441 because this is where it really starts to get juicy.
Yeah. Because while Batman's trying to set a trap for Two-Face, Dick takes Tim to the manor, and Tim's telling Dick and Alfred,
Tim's geeking out over the art, and then I'm 13. So that leads me to think that Dick and Tim are about 7 years apart. What do you think?
Yeah, something like that.
Because it feels like, I mean, but they weren't 3. They were trying to say Dick was 10 when his parents died. It felt like he was only 20 because he was like, oh, years ago, and then other places it was 12. So if they're 7 years apart, 1. If Dick was 8 and they're 7 years apart, but 3 is in comics. It's like timey-wimey ages.
Yeah.
So that's, and finally we get the whole saga. Although this is funny, he says, "Oh, they put me in a boarding school outside of." Doesn't Tim go back to boarding school later, or has he? He always was. I thought his dad put him in that boarding school.
Well, after his mom died, he was like with his dad because he told his dad he wanted to go to public school. But then after a while, after he couldn't explain why he was sneaking out at night and stuff, his dad put him like in another school. Yeah.
I see. And then we have basically 3 or of the relevant parts of Year 3 concerning Tim. In case I forgot to read those ones. So now we get through what is no doubt a very sad story. Like, as you said, I'm going to the World Series. They remember to pop that back in. He's telling Tim, I'm going to do my act just for you. How he remembered that act. It was seared into his brain. Seeing it again and again. It makes Dick sad. You see him crying a little bit.
Yeah. Well, he's telling Dick about how he was there when his parents died, and he saw the Batman come swooping down.
Then they corrected it or not, but in this pan calls him Jeff. Does yours have that misprint or is it fixed?
No, it says Tim. Yeah, it says Tim. Fixed.
So when it says Tim, what does this have to do with?
Yeah, and they in the trade it says
everything.
Tim.
Yeah, well, mine says Jeff. Can you see it? Jeff, what does this have to do with anything? Which is funny. So I don't know. I guess they must have kicked around a couple different names for Tim.
I'm thinking, yeah.
And apparently Jeff was a contender. I think Tim was a better choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that just cracks me up. Oh, he's like, what does this have to do with?
So yeah, so Tim said when
Oh, go ahead.
No, when he was not. Tim says when he was 9, he was watching the news, and there's footage of Batman and Robin, and they got a camera footage of Robin doing a quadruple somersault. The ringmaster said only 3 people could do that.
Yep. And then this cracks me up. It's on page 16 in there. Tim's talking about every article I could about Batman and Robin. Heck, I used to fantasize what it would be like to be Robin. I work out. I'm no circus acrobat, but I'm pretty good, I guess. Which cracks me up. In the beginning, they always try to establish the Robins as like, and then eventually it ends up becoming they all have to be at everything.
They're what?
They all have to be, geniuses who are super amazing at everything. They're as always.
Yeah.
Eventually, hey, Robin's an average kid like you, and then eventually, just kidding. Robin's amazing because at first Dick was. And I mean, he's always been portrayed as smart and kind of all around kid and stuff. He gets portrayed, I would say, not just as like the most amazing acrobat in the history of ever.
Yeah.
One could ever be as good an acrobat thing. And eventually, Tim's like, get A's, and then eventually it's like Tim is a genius. He's the smart. It's like they all start. They're like, just kidding. But anyway, okay, so Tim gets mostly A's and is a pretty good acrobat. Maybe he's just selling himself short, though. Maybe he's just trying to be modest. He needs you. Batman saving people. La la la. Boom. Dick says, let's go down to the back. Tim, I can't believe I'm actually here. Go home again. Boom. And look at that disco wing collar right there. Love it.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
Obviously it must fold underneath his goes ping and pops out like a Dracula collar. Tim's like, no, not Nightwing, Dick. Don't you understand? Batman needs to understand. Alfred, perhaps, young man. Dick understands profound here.
Oh, yeah.
Foreshadowing.
That's why I hope that's why Dick brought him down to the Batcave. Otherwise, that was a foolhardy move.
But you know how it is. But what I think is so interesting is, okay, so that's how He's like, okay, I'm going to go there. And then, boom, now we're in. This is a pretty snazzy cover. I think
Yeah, I like.
these last three covers, this one, and of course the last one, those were all real good.
Yeah, I
But
like
now-
that Titans.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I think. Yeah.
We go back in time for a minute. But now all of a sudden Dick's getting kind of mad at Tim. So it's weird that he's like he is in the Batman version. But it hasn't been the same since he lost Robin a second time. But it's like we know, in case some of these Titans readers didn't read the Batman like year 3.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Tim was like, it's true, Dick. He needs a partner again, someone to care about. It's like, I don't believe this. That man raised him. I've gone through hell with him, and because of him, don't like things I have, which I think is pretty good. I mean, it's a little, yeah, kid. You just show up here in this cave and about Bruce. I just was here a couple weeks ago while he was trying to stop that gang war. He taught me was how to be a man, not how to become a kid all over again. No, but I can't think. That's not what Batman needs. And way of setting it up because they're both gets us, Nightwing and a Robin. You can't, and you can't be a 20-something man who leads his own super team up to basically be a kid again. Just doesn't work that way.
It just seems like a plot device because it's just like, okay, Dick's helping him again. Isn't that what you wanted? It's like he has to be Robin.
Right. Although
again,
I think
no matter
it's true that Batman, true to a certain extent. I mean, Batman needs Robin. Bruce. He works better when he has somebody to keep him from being too.
Yeah, but I mean, at first Tim's like he wants Dick to go back out there. Well, it's like even if Dick had changed, it's still 20-year-old Dick Grayson in a Robin costume.
That's the thing that's why Alfred says Tim is initially thinking, oh, Dick, you have to go save. And Dick's like, yes, I can help Bruce out this one time, but I can't be Robin. Back at Tim, so that you're here with a Robin costume. So when we're gonna call Ghostbusters. Dick knows what's up. And then boom, after the Titans have been trying to find Dick and stuff, she shows up with a disc that must be run on your microcomputer. What's that?
Well, yeah, because
89.
Yeah, because someone left it. Some mysterious person on the phone left a coded message for Nightwing.
Yeah, at first I thought that was supposed to be Tim, that they were still tracking Tim.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, no, it was Bruce's way of asking for Dick's help without asking for help.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because at first, but then because it's the car.
Yeah.
So yeah. So she's like,
and I think they even say, "Oh, this guy was good to avoid detection the way he did." It can't be that kid that visited Corey before.
Right. Yeah. Which that kid's really good, but now I'm like, oh yeah, the angle of the group. He was driving. Yeah, it's got to be Batman. Always working in roundabout ways. So, whoop, Dick pops it into thing, and oh, why do you think Batman left me a disc? And Alfred says, perhaps it's a message way of piquing your interest and asking for assistance. Yeah, he never asked for help directly. I think this page is pretty good. Alfred, Dick. I never expected Batman and Robin to fight like they were in competition. Alfred, you asked too many personal. I care about them, I'm certain. And no, they were far more like father and son. When Master Dick moved to New York, Master Bruce took on Jason Todd not only to replace his partner, but his son as well. Master Bruce is almost as obsessive about family as he is about preventing. But whose fault is it that Dick left? Bruce's fault.
No.
Well, it was. He's I fired you because you got shot by the Joker stage. I can't be responsible for an 18 or 19-year-old.
And again, I mean, for the purposes of the story, we need Nightwing here, but I'm like, why all of a sudden is Batman asking Dick's help with Two-Face? This guy he's fought like dozens of times.
I was thinking maybe it's more Bruce's, because I was thinking since Dick, just helped him out in.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And Dick figured the stuff out before Bruce did, that maybe it's a little bit of a sign. I am a little bit losing my touch. maybe I need some help. But correctly. And then we have this amazing motorcycle.
Yes.
So quality.
Even wearing his helmet. Remember to always wear your helmet.
Yeah. That's right. Just wondering when you show up. I expected you would, though not this. And then this is so cute. No, I mean, why did you contact me? I'm here anytime. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
With the thing where they say, oh, Tim helps bring. And that's true. He does. But, I mean, they're already kind of becoming closer together through year 3 and throughout this. I guess it's just because Tim becoming Robin, they're maybe forced to be together more. More than they help Jason. Because then, of course, you've got another reason why, as Dick says, you can never go a man, not how to be a kid again, which is why you act as back. Batman saying, like, do this. And he's like, why not let me take the direct route and throw you for a loop? Now, if you want to be with me, you follow my orders. Now do as I say. And he's like, Batman. This goes barreling in. Dick's like, it's not how you normally. Nodding in, which shows, again. Also, this right here, this is why Dick and Bruce, at this moment, they can't recreate. And this is why Batman to be a kid. He needs Robin to be someone he's training. Or control freak. And he needs someone that he can say, oh, you follow me. And I mean, Dick's been doing this for 10, 12 years. He leads his own team. He's not just. That's the thing is, Batman needs me, to be someone that he's teaching and who needs to obey him. Like, that's the best kind of part, because he gets into more trouble in this league and that. I mean, sometimes he needs a partner, like Dick or later Red Robin, who's older and will push. And Robin needs to push back against him some, but that's one of the things before. I think because Bruce never went through his sort of teenage stage with his harder time when his kids get older and start and it's like he of course wants them to grow up and become adults. Because he's so into control, it's harder for him to. That's why Batman and Nightwing could never be permanent. Could never. Batman can be, because Batman can't be a permanent equal. He needs it to be like a trainee.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we're getting choppy, but yeah, I think I agree with you. Yeah. I mean, again, this is the whole reason Bruce pushed him out. He's like, oh, his well, you could say it was an excuse, but it's like, I taught you all I could, He even tells him at certain times, you're a better man than me. So it's like, yeah, I think Bruce has to be in charge. So it's like, if he's with an equal, he's not going to be fully in control, and Bruce always has to be fully in control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely. He has to have bark orders too, like right here, right before they get to confront Two-Face, Dick's like, well, why don't I go in the front and you go in the back and we'll throw him for a loop? And Batman's like, no, I'm going in the front, you going back. If you can't follow orders, you can go back to New York.
Exactly. And that's why a little bit younger.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why, there's a lot of reasons for it, but I think, as we were saying, because he with his parents of, being a teenager and kind of pushing against them younger kids, because not having control freaks him out. Even though you have to. And then it's like Batman's not being careful. Entrances gotten too big for the coal chute. Coal. They pop in. Harvey has put everything upside down. Weird. Okay. We could go back and think about it. Batman, no. I'm like, okay, we'll do it your way. I'm not going to leave you. But he thinks that's not going to stop me from taking precautions. Because in this version, still, they're emphasizing that Bruce with a little bit become the brutalizer, not the thinker. So Dick is the one. The precaution. We'll make our plans. The house is turned upside down, so the basement is the. So Two-Face is coming down. Nightwing. Oh. And then Dick throws some weird thing. Although it kind of looks like a discus.
Yeah.
Oh, the place blows up.
Yeah.
That's bad. Signal. We've got to do something. I wonder.
Yeah. Why did Dick send a distress signal?
I think we get a guess on this. Nice, very famous.
Mm-hmm.
Where Tim for the Robin costume.
This was pretty much the only issue where Tim wore the original costume.
Yeah, since it's the only one they had. So he convinces Alfred. Alfred's like, oh, we just chill here. nope. Gotta go. Driving the car while Tim's dressing up. Punches Two-Face. Two-Face, though, was about to hit him with some kind of... Oh! I was like, no. And then Alfred busts for Two-Face this time.
Oh yeah, because where did Two-Face hit Tim with the bricks? It doesn't look like he's bleeding or anything, but
He actually just was holding the brick up. I think maybe he didn't actually hit him with the brick.
Oh well, I just thought it looked like Tim was on the ground, like he was woozy or something. But he's like, oh, there was. Where have you been
I think actually, sorry. Yeah, Two-Face is like piece of metal. Tim's actually the one that.
I meant before that, but yeah. But no, yeah, because Two-Face is all. Where have you been for months? There are rumors you were dead, but I knew I would be your killer. Where's all your
great? There's a way inside that Cole shoots back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, this Cole chute's so narrow. Bruce and Dick could never have gotten through. Just said, oh, yup.
We need someone
Tim's
young
down there. Between them, get off. Two-Face. I left him with Alfred. Or just call me Robin for now. Gets Batman out.
Well, yeah. Well, first he's like, "There's no Robin. Robin's dead," and then he's like, "Batman, wait!" And he's like, "Bruce, listen to me."
You're like, what did you say? And then Alfred, sir, thank heaven Timothy helped free you. You should have seen him confront. I mean, he did okay. But Alfred, what needs to happen? So his instincts for detective. I like this. His acrobatic ability is quite remarkable, almost as.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Batman has to have a Robin. There's no more need for there to be a Robin. And burn.
Then there's to be a Batman.
Alfred's coming out with this. It's like everyone's noticed. These are hilarious because Dick and Alfred are like, yeah, we planned it like this. I mean, maybe not quite exactly like this because I don't think Dick intended to almost get blown up by Two-Face, but And then that one down here. They're little smirky smirks. They're like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's all, Robin's a symbol. Boy should be a politician. He'd do more good with Bruce. What I do is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Why you need me.
That's why you need an experienced.
I slipped the tracking device on him, which I guess he must have taken from the cave.
Yeah, I guess.
And then they're off to get Two-Face. Even if he's right, I don't want another partner. Dick, Bruce, for once, think with your heart. And he doesn't want me, but he hasn't said no, so just do your best. And Alfred, one way or another. Dun, dun, dun. Mobile Wrecking Company. Them with the wrecking ball, I guess.
Gemini.
Yep. He's trying. Well, then now he's doing the wrecking ball to punch out Two-Face. I don't know, some random piece of metal, I guess. Looks like a plate or something.
Oh wait, what? Oh, what he hits Nightwing with?
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be like a headlight or something? Maybe.
Oh, maybe. I mean, it's some random piece of trash.
Yeah, I just always thought it was a headlight,
Yeah,
either a headlight
that makes sense.
or like a side mirror or something. Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Determine your fate, and then boom, Batman and Nightwing, and then Tim or Robin? Question mark. And look at Dick in the back there. V also, that is such an intense costume. His collar is so big.
Yes.
It's like such a big collar. The teacher cracks me up.
You can't see. He can't possibly see behind him.
No, so true.
Even if he turned.
And then like, I don't want a partner. He did a good job.
Yeah.
And he's like, he says, thanks, Mr. Wayne Bruce. I'll try to earn your trust. Back again, who was messing with Two-Face's Joker.
That's right.
Do you think maybe they had this be Two-Face because number one, different also because now it's like Batman's gonna have two partners, Two-Face.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, plus I know that Two-Face. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
And in the modern stuff, Two-Face was like Tim's first villain, so it was kind of be like, see, Jason wanted to murder him first time he saw him. Tim, didn't have this bloodlust, and he knew how to follow orders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're just contrasting, both Robin, first meeting Two-Face.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it might be kind of because of this, because it's not the story.
Mm-hmm.
And then pick it up later in Robin Year One. Oh, another column in the last one where they admit that they messed up. The event of the last chapter, of course, was that Dick Nightwing solved the puzzle before his former partner did. Both progressed from his early days and how far backward Batman has gone in the past few months. He started thinking with his fists, and inevitably, it doesn't work. And I believe we're in for quite a tale in the next few Batman and Titan books that resolve this crisis. On the horizon. It isn't that long since I wondered about giving up the Batman titles, but for the past few months, both Batman and Tech have hit the heights. And then someone says, as you know from reading this issue, there is a new secret, except for a production error that spilled the beans prematurely in the Batman 440 letter column. Which I read to you. Some people on 89. I wasn't reading it back in 89, so I don't know if I would. Maybe.
I don't. I was say I figured it out, but
Yeah. In year 3, you were like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, hey, I didn't notice this. Now we have a continuity. People have noticed several discrepancies in Robin Dick Grayson's version origin between the original and year 3. The Batman Year 3 story has superseded all previous Robin origin, the definitive origin. Jason Todd's history was recently recapped in the Who's Who page in Batman Annual 13, which is based on the revised origin from Batman 408. All previous origins of Robin Jason are apocryphal. But I feel like they've kind of gone back on that. Comics is later people all they want.
Yeah. And I mean, you have to kind of
pick and choose.
and you kind of have to tweak stuff so as stuff ages and stuff, and trying to keep these characters somewhat young.
Yeah, although I mean, most of the stuff in year 3, aside from 10 years and then 10 years, so they can't decide on a year. I mean, it did make sense that Dick would go first, before he gets taken in by Batman. They were like, yeah, whatever, it didn't really matter in the 40s. They were like, nah. Which I feel like even in the 40s, you couldn't just at the circus, I'm going to take him home with me. But so it's not like you could do that in the 40s. The comics were more throwaway.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't expect them necessarily to become the thing that they became now, and they didn't expect. Me, I detect a continuity error.
Yeah, but
it's a great one.
Oh yeah, classic story.
I know. I almost feel like we're more Dick Grayson fans. So often you hear that talked up and Drake story, and obviously it is, but I feel like it's just as much a Dick.
Well, yeah, it kind of had to be, because I think they were like, they didn't want to make the mistakes of Jason, especially post-crisis, where they didn't want it to seem like, Tim was, another kid was stealing Dick's identity. They wanted, I think it's even in print. It might even be in the introduction in the paper, in the graphic novel.
Yeah, I think it is.
They said they wanted Dick Grayson to give his blessing to the new Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as we saw in the story, is basically was Dick's idea.
Right, which they had Dick to Jason, but then they decided to change it all up. About that before. Water under the bridge. So to speak. But yeah, it might also be in that, which I find a sign of how things can change, obviously, from when they're invented. I think Marvel I didn't want Tim to be as angsty, so I gave him parents.
Mm-hmm.
7, which was cool, but people have like really up the most angsty Robins.
Wait, who was the
Really?
Who was the angsty Robin?
I think Marv Wolfman said he didn't want Tim to be angsty, but I feel like over Tim's history, really angsty. Or I mean, they made his story angsty because they made all these bad things happen.
Well, yeah, because at first, right here, his parents are both still alive, but then not too long after this, his mother dies. Then he's with his father, and then it's like, oh, do I tell my father?
Yeah.
And then eventually the father dies. Yeah.
But the other thing, so people often talk about Tim has the most pure motivations for being Robin. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we can really classify them as, or maybe they say it's most selfless, but I mean, he's obviously getting something out of it. Being Robin and stuff, so.
I think it's always like with Tim, it's like he would, he's the one who he's like, oh, hey, Batman needs a Robin. I'm going to go seek out Batman and become this new Robin. Everyone else is kind of like Batman. I think Tim even mentions this in a story. He's like, he tells Dick, he's like, Batman picked you. I kind of like walked myself in the front door and said, hey, here I am.
True. So. Anybody, I just think sometimes people try to be like, whose motivations are the best, and I don't know if you can really quantify that,
Yeah, Tim's are just different.
Yeah, It's nice to have a little variety.
Mm-hmm. Unlike like Dick, who was like, this was his career, from early on. For a while, Tim was like, yeah, I'm just going to come in, volunteer for a while, do my time, and then I'll be out after a couple years.
Yeah. Do you think though sometimes they said that because they weren't sure if people would like the character, but do you think they ever did that they were like, oh, what if he we'll just have a way to get rid of him?
No, I don't know. I think for a few years, I don't know if if Tim was just deluding himself, or if they were just like they were trying to show how normal Tim was. What a normal kid Tim was. I don't know.
Makes sense.
He, unlike other superheroes, Tim was the one who's like, one day I'll quit, have a family, settle down.
I mean, nowadays he'll quit, have a family, and be a UPS driver.
Oh, don't remind me.
Just seamlessly transition that costume from one career.
Young Justice was just in like 2 issues of Action Comics, and just a different artist, John Romita Jr., drawing that costume. It looked even worse. I'm just like,
Poor Tim.
I know that costume does not look good. All right. So should we get out of here?
I think all my thoughts have been verbalized.
Yeah. And our connection.
It was awesome.
Yes.
It has
it's
Tim,
great.
it has Dick. It's a great crossover. Alfred talks about just needs family. Versus like, I wanted your help, Dick. Wow, it's just all around.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
and if you read it in the original comics, you have the Dick accidentally calling Tim Jeff.
That's right. All right, let's get out of here. I know the connection wasn't the best tonight, everyone, but yes, Joe, join us next time. I believe the next one. Hold on, let me check. Yes, next episode.
Or Night's End or something, right?
Yes, Detective Comics 677. So if you have a trade, it'll be in your Night's End trade. But yes, it's Detective 677 from August 1994. So we'll jump ahead a few years to the end of Nightfall. So send us your thoughts on that. Send us your thought. Like I said, you could send us your thoughts on previous episodes. Hey, what did you think of Lonely Place of Dying? We'll read it next time. Email or in an upcoming episode. Email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Follow Nightwing News on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Find all of our links all in one convenient place. That's Linktree. That's linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer, Pod Life the book, now in digital and paperback. And also, when you're going on Amazon and using that Southgate Media Group link to help support the podcast, also pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. It's a 5-year-old book, but it's still as relevant today as it was the day it was published. So
5 years ago.
Since you're a discerning Dick Grayson fan, pick it up. It'll be in the Library of Congress one day. So pick it up.
makes a great Easter or present.
And when you're trying to kill time during a quarantine, it makes great reading.
That's true.
So yeah, buy and read Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, read the comics, and then listen to us. So send us your thoughts. Again, you got plenty of time to read all these comics digitally.
Yes.
Or if your comic book store is open, please support your comic book stores. But I know a lot of them are closed right now. All right.
But you might be able to buy online.
True. However you read, please read. All right. So yes, next time, Detective Comics 677, Nightwing versus Azrael. That is the most. Azrael was the most craziest. And we get more Batman and Tim also. But that one ends on a cliffhanger, so we'll see what happens after. All right. Again, join us next week. Same week time. Same week channel.
Same week channel.
The Nightwing News. Keep flying, Grayson.